Designed by JUO, this once humble workers' cottage has been transformed into something truly unexpected. With sweeping views of the Perth city skyline, Veiled House provides sanctuary in the midst of its urban setting.
From the street, it just looks like a quaint little workers' cottage, and it isn't until you walk through the doors that it starts to reveal itself. You can immediately see the courtyard all the way through, essentially to the rear boundary. The way that the garage has its large picture window, you can kind of gauge the depth of the full block. And I think it's that unexpected nature that really grabs people's attention when they first walk in. The veil is a really important tool that we used in the design of this home, in that it actually serves a lot of different functions. It breaks up the mass of the building from a proportional point of view and kind of lines up with the scale of the cottage, so that the cottage can kind of sit harmoniously next to the extension. It's taken on somewhat of an organic form with its curved corners, which I think also helps to soften the hard edges of what would otherwise be just a brick box. The extension was designed to be a contrast to the existing cottage. So they're separated by a link and kind of articulated as being two separate structures so that they can be read on their own. Originally, it was designed for us as a working professional couple without any children. But we also wanted to design into it future flexibility so that it could cater to any and all of our needs in the future. We were really lucky to work with a local horticulturalist, Gavin Hicks from Hicks Horticulture, and he has designed some really beautiful native gardens. It kind of worked in conjunction in that from an architectural point of view, we were able to make sure that there was enough soil depth and structure to support his vision, which was an urban river creek running through the middle of that roof garden with a lot of native planting around it. You never really feel like you're trapped inside because there's such a strong connection to nature and greenery and all the landscaping all around on all sides, whether it's the courtyard, the roof garden or the link. Every single room in this house has a view of greenery, despite the fact that we are on such a small inner city block. It's been so nice that we have our own oasis amongst that city life, in that as soon as we walk through those doors, it's really quiet and serene and calm, and was very much our home. And the space that I will genuinely miss the most is the open plan area. I loved how in winter it was so incredibly nice and warm, the way the sun would come all the way deep into the space, sometimes going all the way through to the cottage on the winter solstice. In summer, due to the way we've orientated the house and the overhangs and the angle of the veil, on the summer solstice, the sun doesn't come in at all, and we never had to draw the blinds. We always managed to stay connected to the outdoors. So whilst the room might only be a certain dimension, it always felt twice as big. From an environmental point of view, there was a lot of consideration put into how this house would perform. There's a lot of glass, being that it's floor to ceiling, wall to wall, all of it's Comfort Plus. More so than that, the orientation of the home, with the majority of the glass facing north, and if not north, then south, and making sure otherwise that the house was very protected on the east and western sides. So the staircase was very intentionally located to the west to act as an insulator to the main volume of the house, and we can introduce cooling breezes from the south by opening the large sliding doors, and the stairwell acts as a thermal chimney. So the breeze literally gets sucked through and cleans this open plan space, and the hot air rises up the staircase and ventilates out the windows at the top. Whilst it's 2-storey in volume and has the potential to somewhat swamp the volume of the cottage. By utilising the vale, we were able to break down the bulk and the mass of the extension and create something quite, kind of transform it into something quite delicate.